What's up, Bucko Nation? Welcome to Pirates Live 412. I'm Mason Spesky, your host. Today we're going to discuss the past week in Pirates baseball, and we're going to look forward to the week ahead. I really hope now that with things winding down and the team actually performing in May at a place you want them to be helps me and everything. And I hope to be able to devote more time to this channel because I love talking Bucko baseball with yins. And I hope this season is a memorable one. It certainly feels like it's going to be a memorable one. You may have questioned that belief, though, on Thursday afternoon. And I'm not going to lie, I did too. I was freaking furious after that Cardinals series. I was thinking I had mentioned we're going to do a start of the week this week. I had for a minute changed my mind because I was so furious about how that series went. I would have given them all Fs. And everybody on that team and affiliated with that team deserved an F after that Cardinals series. However, this week changed my mind. This weekend changed my mind. Sweeping the Reds was huge, and it was a feel-good moment for this team. I know I said I wanted 5-2 heading into this homestand, but I'm not mad about 3-4, considering we were a little better on the road last series than in the past. One concern I do have before we get into briefly recapping each game and then getting into the nuts and bolts of it all, or the nooks and crannies of it all this week. Here's how we'll do it this week. We'll obviously start off by recapping the Cardinals and the Red series. We will then go into the standings, do our quick standings check. Or no, timeout. We will recap the Cardinals and the Reds. I will then announce who the star of the week is. We will then look at standings. We'll then check in on the minor league teams. And then we'll look at the week ahead featuring the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Francisco Giants out west. So yeah, we'll get into that. But anyway, as I start to get tired, oh, good. Start to get a little tired here. Let's recap the Cardinals. It was not a good series. So we'll start with Monday night. We have a perfect game going for over 6 innings. We're up 2-0. Sisk loses it. Kelly immediately pulls Sisk. We still survive the inning. Soto shuts down things in the top of the 8th. We're going into the 9th up 2-0. Dennis Santana, who has been lights out this year, comes in. The Cardinals rock him, score 4 runs in the top of the 9th off our closer, and take a 4-2 lead. They win the game 4-2. This was the biggest breakdown I've remembered in recent years. This wasn't just a loss. It was a breakdown. And it ruined the rest of the week. Complete and total failure there. So that was certainly disappointing. I can't describe Monday's game in words. It infuriated me. I left that stadium Monday night furious. And rightfully so. I was flipping furious Monday night. I will be the first to say it. I was furious. Yeah. Tuesday night was worse. Ashcraft was on the mound, back from bereavement. Once again, sorry for his loss to his family and friends and loved ones and all who know them well. The deceased, God rest their soul. This was not the Pirates' night. We lost 11-2. Or no, it just looked like 11-2 for a minute. It was actually 11-7. But I take what I just said back completely. Oh my gosh. We fought hard in this one. I remember this one now. KG hit his first PNC home run in this one. We fought hard. We fought well, but it just wasn't enough. You can't expect to win when you're down 6-0. We made it 6-3. Then they got out 10-9 free lead. They increased that lead to 11-3. We then cut back and we made it 11-6. And then KG homers and it makes it 11-7. KG had a great game this game, though, so shout out to him. He's the one guy who stepped up this series, so God bless Connor Griffin. Shout out to him. I mean, I know I've said Weverholt's better than Griffin, and right now Weverholt probably is better than Griffin just because of the age and the fact that he's more mature. He went to college, albeit at not a very good college. I go to Pitt, by the way. That's like I have to say that. But Weverholt, I think right now is better than Griffin. Long-term career-wise, it's way too early to call who's going to be better in the long term. Just need to check something there real quick. But yeah, it's way too early to say for the long term. But Connor Griffin is a Ferrari. Ferrari, that's my nickname for him. He's ultra talented. So good job by him. Other than that, not a very good job. Wednesday night, we once again fought, gave ourselves a chance, but came up just short. Should have won it. If Nikki G's ball would have carried a teeny tiny bit more, we would have won this game. Great catch by Nathan Church of the Cardinals to end this one, but this one ensured that the Cardinals would win this series. They took the first free. Now all they have to do is go in and try to get the sweep. They faced a tough challenge in Paul Skeens, but they rocked Skeens early, especially J.J. Weverholt, hitting that home run early off of him to give the Cardinals an early lead. No matter what we did, especially the Bilal home run to make it 5-4, the Cardinals responded. They responded hard, and they won this game 10-5, taking the series. They outscored us by a final of 4, 15, 20. They scored 30 runs. We scored 30-18, we were outscored by the St. Louis Cardinals. But it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world because we're catching them at their best time. This is what happens with a lot of rebuilding teams. You obviously saw with us in 2023 what happened. We started 20-8. We tanked from there. We went 76-86. We missed the playoffs. I thought in 2023, on like April 25th or whatever it was, I thought we were going to be good for a very, very long time. I was wrong. And a lot of people were. This team overperformed in April. I think the Cardinals are doing the same right now. They just won a series against the Dodgers, albeit at Busch Stadium. That is significant. So, yeah. Anyway, on to the weekend now against the Reds, who came in this one leading the division. I thought this would be like more or less the crucifix, like kill our season. But it didn't. It was the catalyst, if anything, for our season. Friday night started off well. B-Ray hit the home run. Very good performance by him. 2 home runs by Henry Davis. Strong performance by Mitch Keller. Holding the fort, holding the fort down. Great job by the Pirates. Great outing by Keller. Very thrilled with him. Pirates found a way to win this one 9-1. Yesterday was just 2 days ago, Saturday was just insane. Cincinnati couldn't stop walking guys. They couldn't just stop. They walked 7 straight batters, tying an MLB record. We also hit the ball well. We won the game by a touchdown and a field goal, 17-7 over the Cincinnati Reds. They just couldn't stop walking people. Terry Francona had to make 2 pitching changes in the bottom of the second inning. He pulled his starter, Rhett Lauder, and then he gave the ball over to Connor Phillips, who he also pulled Sussin Sam Maul. They just went with a lot of guys, and I've talked about this in my shorts several times. I hate it when teams put in position players to pitch. Jose Trevino, the catcher for the Reds, pitched twice this series on Friday and Saturday, and back during the Nationals series when we were up on them, I think Joey Weimer's his name, somebody on the Nats. So let me get that name for you guys. It's a Nationals position player for sure. He was laughing when he was pitching, the Nationals guy. He was laughing when he was pitching because he knew how hideous it was. Anyway, let's look at the Nationals. Joey Weimer, yeah, I knew it. Told you so. But sorry to be arrogant there. Anyway, I've had it with it. I hate it. I hate position players pitching. Hate it. So it's time the MLB moves on from that. I can't stand it. Just keep your pitcher in there. I mean, builds up character if you let him struggle. I hate to say let him struggle, but it builds up some character. Just don't put in position players because it is brutal. Like, they don't even know how to pitch. Like, normal. Like, it's not that they don't know how to pitch. I should have phrased that better. They just don't know how Like, they're not as solid. And you would think these guys pitch in high school. Here, I have a golf ball in my hand. I'm going to show you how the standard MLB pitcher pitches compared to how these guys pitch. And the difference is night and day. Anyway, this is how any pitcher, Skeens, Keller, Chandler, any normal pitcher lines up. Probably didn't see my pitching style best. Here, I'll go like this. It's just there's a lot of furniture and I really don't want to hit anything. That's the standard MLB pitch. Now, let's do it when position players pitch, because it's a nightmare. Almost like you're throwing a football at a very slow speed. Here's the view this way. You're basically asking them to hit a million home runs. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's just hard to watch because the ball is, it's either going to be a ball or it's going to be a hit. Like, they very rarely strike out people, and that's the thing that's a little bit bizarre about it, in my opinion. I'm just personally not a fan, so yeah. I'm a Steeler fan, by the way. I just got that pillow at a shop in Braeswood on the Turnpike that I really like, and it was on sale, so that's where that pillow came from. We don't like the Colts. Shoes down. Horseshoes down. Fudge the Colts. Hopefully that helps. Fudge the Colts. NFL Draft Pittsburgh? Heck yeah. By the way, Steelers Live 412 is coming out in July. We're launching that page in July. Pitt Panthers Live 412 is being launched in August. So keep an eye out for those. I announced those special announcements at the draft, so stay tuned for more on those. But anyway, we won 17-7 against the Reds. On Sunday, yesterday, was tied 0-0 heading into the bottom of the eighth. Griffin gets on, gets the second. O'Neal, I think he was on second. Yeah, I think so. Cruz hits a single, scores Griffin. He's a catalyst for this team. KG's a catalyst for this team, so God bless him. Great. Oh, by the way, I did mean to say before we get more into Sunday, last night was, or 2 nights ago, Saturday, was Faith Night at PNC Park. Thank you very much to Michael McHenry, Tony Beasley, the third base coach, and pitcher Isaac Mattson, and second baseman Brandon Lau for sharing their faith journeys. Connor Griffin and his wife were there. Jake Mangum, and I think it's his wife or his girlfriend were there. Billy Cook was there. Who else was there? Mattson's girlfriend or wife, I think wife, because they have a kid, was there. And Bubba Chandler was there. There were a lot of guys there. I recorded it all. I will try to get videos up as soon as possible on this channel of the players talking. And I had some from last year, too, of Nick Gonzalez and Cuts talking. So I will try to get a lot of those up on this channel as well ASAP. So keep an eye out for those. Anyway, God bless the Pirates for doing that. I love Faith Night. It's great. Anyway, though, Pirates on Sunday take the 1-0 lead. Soto stays in the ninth. Kelly lets him finish it out, and he does finish it out. 1-0 Pirates. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Sweep the Reds. Great vibes. Let's go to Phoenix. Not literally, and not yet, but the Pirates are in Phoenix right now. Ready to win some games. So we'll talk about that in a couple minutes here. But anyway, let's first focus on this homestand. 3-4 wasn't ideal, but I wanted 5-2. But I'm not pissed at 3-4. I mean, we're 19-16. We'll talk about standings in a minute. We're 19-16. It's not terrible. Still got work to do, and we have a chip on our shoulder now. So yeah, and remember too, we had St. Louis at their peak. It's a good young team. Once they get competitive, they're going to be good for a long time, and that's what scares me the most. But they're not going to be this good forever, or this much longer. Let's look at their past schedule here. And that's what I'm pulling up on my iPad, their past schedule. Why March? April. So they weren't that hot. They swept the Astros in Houston, which isn't surprising because the Astros suck. April 17th for the 19th. Took 1 out of 3 from the Marlins at Miami. That's not very good. And they got swept by the Mariners. But then they came in here and swept us. And then they took 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. They did kind of what happened to us happened to them. They got swept, then they sweep. We got swept by them, then we sweep Cincinnati. It's just a ripple effect. Maybe Cincinnati will sweep the Cubs this week now because of it. We will see. Anyway, though, that's the week in review for the Pirates. We are 19-16. Still, unfortunately, in last place because of how competitive the division is. We will get into that in a second here, as I had said. And then we will do the minor league teams, and we will look ahead to the series with the Diamondbacks and the Giants. But anyway, I'm going to first name the inaugural player of the week, in my opinion, or a star or achiever of the week. We'll call it the star of the week. My Pirates, as I pull up minor league baseball, I need to get minor league baseball. I have MLB standings and minor league baseball up for that. But anyway, we're going to name my Pirates player of the week this week. And the winner of the inaugural Pirates player of the week goes to Henry Davis. You may think it sounds a little confusing, but here's why. He was a catalyst on Friday night. We needed that game so bad, and he's the one that stood out the most. Those 2 home runs and his performance on Friday were key to our turnaround, and that's why he is my player of the week my star of the week this week. So he's the number 1 player this week. Our inaugural star of the week, obviously, is Henry Davis, the catcher. And he's always good behind the plate. And he gives us that edge behind the plate for sure. So God bless Henry Davis, King Henry. So instead of King Humpty, like Humpty Dumpty, we could say King Henry. So Henry Davis is your star of the week. Other guys I want to shout out for sure. Mitz Keller, Braxton Ashcraft, and Connor Griffin. They all had very good weeks. So God bless them. Great weeks for them. And yeah, we'll see who our star of the week is for this coming road trip. But congratulations to Henry Davis on being our inaugural star of the week. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. That'll start weekly now. Anyway, let's talk about the standings now real quick for you. I'm going to run through them. I may look down my iPad to get them, but without further ado, here we go. AL East, Yankees 23-11, Rays 21-12, Blue Jays 16-18, Orioles 15-19, Red Sox 13-21. AL Central time, Guardians 18-17, Tigers 18-17, White Sox 16-18, Royals 15-19, Twins 15-20. AL West, Athletics, the only team above 500 in this division, which is surprising, at 18-16. Rangers at 16-18, Mariners at 16-19, Astros at 14-21, Angels at 13-22. Those are your AL standings. On to the NL now. Leading the NL East, this team has lit it up this year. First place in the NL and first place in the league as well. The Atlanta Braves, they're 25-10. Second place, we got the Marlins at 16-18. Third place, the Nationals at 16-19. Fourth place, the Phillies at 14-20. They fired manager Rob Thompson on Tuesday. They have been since then 5-1. They're coming into PNC Park not this coming weekend, but next. That series looked like an easy free win for us a couple weeks back or even last week at this time. Now it's not. I think that's going to be a competitive series. We'll talk more about that next week and the week after. But anyway, let's move on to focus here as the Phillies come back into focus. Our last place team in the NL East is the Mets at 12-22. Maybe a little better, but they still have a lot of work. NL Central time now. This is the big one. This is the gauntlet of the NL for sure this year. Leading off, first place, the Chicago Cubs at 22-12. Second place, the Cardinals at 20-14. Third place, the Reds at 20-14. Fourth place, the Brewers at 18-15. And fifth place are the Pirates, us, at 19-16. We are only in last place because of a .02 win percentage difference. They're at 545, the Brewers. We are at 543. So that's not a bad thing for sure. We're right in the thick of things. And everyone thinks the Cardinals and Reds will fall off, and they probably will, especially the Cardinals. So I'm not sweating it right now. We have to hope Milwaukee stays where they are, and we get a little bit of a kick. So I'm feeling good right now, to be honest. NL West time now. Dodgers 21-13. Padres 20-13. Diamondbacks 16-17. They're a game under 500 as we visit them this week. Will that motivate them or not? How will that go? Rockies 14-21. Giants, they're really cold at 13-21. That is definitely a good thing for the Pirates. That series is a great opportunity for us to get some wins, and we'll talk about that in a second here. But anyway, let's look at the AL now, the playoff picture. Leading the AL 23-11, the 1-seeded Yankees. Second seed leading the AL West, the Athletics. Third seed leading the AL Central, the Guardians. Let's look at wild cards now. Fourth seed, the first wild card, the Tampa Bay Rays. The fifth seed, the second wild card, the Detroit Tigers. Sixth seed, the third and final wild card, and 2 games under 500, the Toronto Blue Jays. So you're getting blocked. Here's what pisses me off. And I'm a Pirates fan, this is why. You are last place in the NL Central, 3 games above 500. Yet you get in the playoffs in the AL if you're 2 games under. Make it make sense. The 8-9 Buccaneers made the playoffs, or I'm sorry, not the 8-9 Buccaneers. I meant the 8-9 Carolina. Well, the 8-9 Buccaneers did make the playoffs in 2022. And a lot of good teams got screwed that year, including the 9-8 Steelers, when Kenny Pickett was good. And the 9-8 Detroit Lions made the playoffs in 2025, or missed the 9-8 Detroit Lions missed the playoffs in 2025, yet the 8-9 Carolina Panthers made it. Great to see, because baseball's headed down the same exact path right now, and it's very unfortunate because we're getting screwed by it. So yeah. Texas is tied with Toronto for that last spot. The White Sox are tied with Toronto for that last spot, if you could believe that, at 18-6, or 16. Getting tired. 16-18. Seattle's a half game back. Baltimore's a game back. Kansas City's a game back. Twins are a game and a half back. Astros are 2.5 back. Red Sox are 3 back. Angels are 3.5 back. That's it. Let's look at the NL now. First place in the National League and the league, the Atlanta Braves. Second place, and the NL Central leader, the Chicago Cubs. Third place, NL West leader, the Dodgers. Again, they're headed toward third place. Will they have the same outcome, though? Time will tell. I don't know. Let's look at some wild cards here. Padres are your first wild card in the 4th seed in the NL at 20-13. I should probably not say records because I didn't say them for every other team, so why am I saying them for the Padres? 5th team, your second wild card, the Cardinals. 6th team, the last team in the NL postseason as of today, your final wild card, the Cincinnati Reds. A game and a half back of them are the Brewers. Also a game and a half back of them are us. 3.5 back are the Diamondbacks. 4 back are the Marlins. 4.5 back are the Nationals. 6 back are the Phillies. 6.5 back are the Rockies. 7 back are the Giants. 8 back are the Mets. I think that we have a strong shot and the Brewers have a strong shot. The Diamondbacks still have a very realistic shot. The Phillies are getting hot at the right time. They'll probably be fine and they'll probably catch up eventually. They just needed that manager change to give them a little jolt. They'll be fine. I don't think the Mets will be fine. I don't feel good about the Mets postseason chances. I think the Rockies and Giants are pretty much done. I don't think the Nationals have much of a chance. The Marlins could make some noise, but I think ultimately, if you look at this right now, it's going to stay pretty much the same. I think the Braves are likely a lock to get in, or pretty darn close to a lock. The Cubs will likely get in. The Dodgers will likely get in. I think the Padres are in a really good spot right now. 2 spots are going to become available, and there's going to be a cluster fighting for them. The Brewers, us, the Diamondbacks, and the Phillies are the likely candidates. And the Marlins. So how do we get in? We got to keep winning. We've got to stay consistent. Got to stay focused. Got to keep winning. I feel fine, but not great. Let's look at our minor league teams, just to give you a quick update on them, because I think it's important. Indianapolis is still in last place in the International League West at 12-21, which is surprising considering all our top players are there. So that is not good for the future of the team, maybe. That's a little concerning, I'm going to be honest. Altoona is also in last place at 8-18 in the Eastern League Southwest. Again, very disappointing. Why are our top team? Why are the teams with our top players in last place? You got to be better in the minors. Our development program is not where it needs to be, and that ultimately comes back to Charrington and Nunn. That's the one thing they've failed us on, time and time again. The hitting development has been horrendous under Charrington. There's no doubt about that. Our two best hitters this year are two guys we brought in via free agency. And Connor Griffin saying, well, because he's Connor Griffin. But other than that, our hitting development has been atrocious. Greensboro in the South Atlantic League North in Single A provides a little bit of momentum, though. They're leading that at 16-11. And the Florida State League, this is Bradenton. In the Florida State League West, Bradenton's in third place at 14-13. So that definitely is a feel-good thing for sure. I don't think rookie leagues have started, though, yet. So there's your minor league teams. I always like to look at the top prospects now just because, I mean, if these guys aren't going to be useful, we need to start thinking about which ones we're going to deal out at the trade deadline in August, because I don't want useless prospects on this team when we get a major league ready players that are ready to help us get in the playoffs now. Seth Hernandez is obviously in Single A, which is doing well. Edward Florentino, outfield first base, he's in Single A plus, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on for sure. Then you have, why is the password in Single A? Why the fudge is he in Bradenton? Hunter Barco's in AAA, but he's been back and forth between the major leagues and all that, so that's that. Oh, rehab outing. That's what I figured. It's a rehab outing. That's exactly what I figured. So, yeah, he's in Single A now, the password. Hopefully he gets it back things soon. But, yeah, that's definitely good for him for sure. Termarr Johnson's in AAA. Wyatt Sanford is in Single A+. Antoine Kelly's in AAA. And Rafael Flores Jr. is in AAA. So, let's look and see how they are doing, because that's more important than how the team is doing. Again, development means more than, winning here. This team should not be in last place. Hunter Barco's on it. Let's check Barco. Might show his MLB stats instead of his minors. Okay. 261. That's his minor league average. That's not bad at all. Mike Clevenger's down there. Wilbert Hotel, obviously. Thomas Harrington. They need to trade that guy at the deadline for somebody important. Cam Sanders, somebody else who needs to be traded at the deadline for important stuff. And Jose Urquidy. Let's see how Urquidy's doing down there. Oh my gosh. His ERA is 8.74 in AAA Indy. Just DFA him. There's no need for this guy to be on the roster. Let's look at Cam Sanders. He's 519 in AAA. Why is Cam Sanders getting shot to the freaking major leagues? Seriously. DFA these people. They have no value. Come on. All right, Rafael Flores. His average is 224 in AAA. That is not a good thing. Keep him down there. Mitch Jebb, let's look at this. 273 in AAA. He's possibly a candidate that you could call up soon. Well, the problem is our infield's crowded. That's the thing with him and Termarr both. The infield is crowded, and that's a good thing. Termarr Johnson is hitting 163 in AAA right now. That's a problem, and that's a waste of a pick by Charrington in 2022, if you want my honest opinion. That was an awful pick by Charrington. The only reason his track record looks good is because he had Justin Horwitz, who's since moved on to the Nationals. So, I miss Justin Horwitz, I really do. Should have kept him. But, anyway, that's that. The Nationals will be good in due time because of him. You watch. They have some good people running that organization. You watch. They have a bright future. For sure. Andy Rodriguez, 222. Keep him down there. Horwitz is better. Ronnie Simon's down there. Nick York. Callahan. Let's see how Tyler Callahan's doing. Hitting 250. And then you have the password. Password's 159 this year in AAA. I mean, I think they're good where they're at, to be honest. It's just our farm system is unfortunately starting, I hate to say it, our farm system is starting to get depleted, and that's a little bit of a problem. So yeah. But the good news is I think we obviously have the talent in the major leagues. We really just need the farm system for the bullpen, because the bullpen in our pitching is the biggest issue. Not starting, but the bullpen is. I mean, yeah. When Jared Jones comes back, I imagine and I hope and pray that Lawrence or Davinsky goes down. That's what I'd send. Anyway, catcher. It's a problem. I mean, you could move Flores up, but I think Joey Bart's the better option right now, even though, I mean, we won today with him behind the plate, so that's definitely a good thing. That infield is solid and crowded. I wouldn't change a thing about it. The only thing is the outfield at some point. Maybe sending Billy Cook down, but that's not the move right now. This roster right now is good as is. The only areas you could maybe make a serious upgrade are catcher, even though I just named Henry the star of the week. But catcher, I think you could. Third base, you could maybe make an upgrade, but Nicky G's hitting well, and I think he's good there for now, and a solid platoon. What I would like to see is you trade Triolo for a quality bullpen arm. You probably need another quality bullpen arm. Trade Triolo for that, and I think you're good there. Second base, you're good at, and first base and shortstop, you're definitely good at. We will have talked so long-term about Brandon Law in the future of second base closer to the offseason, but we're not going to entertain those right now. Outfield, I think you're good there. Cruz and Reynolds, you could always just alternate between Mangum, O'Hearn, and Ozuna when Ozuna has the day off. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking tired. Go to bed soon after this, Mason. You could DH O'Hearn and Mangum. You could do that. Billy Cook, obviously he's a good option, but not your answer. So yeah, I think that you definitely have options there. So that's definitely a good place to be. And you know, it's a good place to conclude. Let's talk about the week ahead for the Pirates here. We're going to look at the matchups this week and the starting pitchers for each of those, or the probable pitchers for each of those. Let's first talk about tomorrow's an off day. We'll take an off day, or today's an off day. We're going to take the off day here as well. So you won't see me again until Tuesday. Pirates definitely are getting more off days now, which is good. Like one a week, which is key. Let's talk about the week ahead, though, now. Starting Tuesday night with the Diamondbacks in Phoenix at Chase Field, 9:40 p.m. Bubba Chandler will go for us. Eduardo Rodriguez goes for the Diamondbacks. That's your Diamondbacks situation for Tuesday night. Wednesday night, let's look now at this. You got Skeens on the mound Wednesday night against Michael Soroka for the Diamondbacks. That should be a quality matchup. So that's Wednesday, 9:40. Thursday, I imagine Keller is going. He is, and he will be opposed by Zach Gallen of the Diamondbacks. We have an ERA advantage for Wednesday and Thursday. Do we for Tuesday? The answer is no. We have an ERA advantage for 2 out of these 3 games. That's a great place to be at, especially considering that Arizona has not been the friendliest place for the Pirates over the years. So it's good that we have Skeens and Keller both on the mound there. Let's look now ahead to the Giants series, which is a gold mine, I think, for us. Coming this weekend, Mother's Day weekend on Friday to Saturday, or Friday to Sunday. Let's look Friday night now in the Bay Area. Carmen Mlodzinski will go against Robbie Ray on Friday night, most likely. That makes sense. Saturday, I'm almost certain, I'm assuming Ashcraft is going. Yes, he is. He's expected to go against Landon Raup of the Giants. That is a 9:05 start time on Saturday. It's not an early game just because it's Saturday. It's a 9:05 start time for Saturday night. Let's check Friday night's time for y'all. It's 10:15. And I'm guessing, let's see what's going on Sunday for Mother's Day. It's a 4:05 start most likely, all but certain. Yep, it'll be Bubba Chandler against Tyler Mahle. We do have an ERA at Sunday as of now. Let's check Saturday. We don't have an ERA at Saturday. Let's check Friday. We don't have an ERA ads Friday. So 3 of these games we do have an ERA ads. 3 of these games we don't have an ERA ads. Here's my prediction. Or my goal. I hope we could take I hope we could take 1 out of 3 in Arizona. Most likely Wednesday because of Skeens. And take 2 in San Francisco. San Francisco is not very good right now. Arizona's average. But Arizona's a house of horrors. San Francisco is not. I want to take 1 in Arizona and 2 in San Francisco. If we could just do that, or take 3 games total this road trip, I will be very happy. If not, we got a problem. Unless we win more. If we win less, yeah. Just can't get swept. We cannot get swept any of these 2 series unless we come back and sweep or take 2 out of 3. Like, if we take 2 out of 3 from the Giants but get swept by Arizona, it wouldn't be the end of the world. If we sweep Arizona but get swept by the Giants, again, it wouldn't be the end of the world. You got to find a way to win games. You got to find a way to win games. If we can win 4 more games on this trip, I will be thrilled. I'm saying we're going to win. I'm thinking we're going to win 1 in Arizona and win 2 in San Fran. That's my hope. That's my prayer. That's my guess. And that would be a great road trip. This has been a great episode. I'll have the Faith Night stuff out as well soon. I'll obviously have this up as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed this one. In the meantime, have a good one. Take care. Stay safe. And as always, peace and God bless. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I will see you next week when we recap the Diamondbacks and the Giants and preview the Rockies and the Phillies. Peace and God bless you guys.